This is your call. Come with another lesson. But first, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, by Hashem, YAHAWASHI, by Hashem, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles of great MILLSTONE who rule well, who teach me this truth. Peace and salutation to the elect, pushing this truth upon the four corners of the earth. Shalom. So it's just a quick lesson about who is Esau Edom in the Bible, and because a lot of people don't know who the basis of to find out who is Esau Edom. So we're just gonna do a quick lesson on who is Esau Edom and why he is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. So first, let's get Genesis, the beginning of Esau Edom. We're gonna start off Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac intrigued the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was intrigued of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So pretty much telling you that, she wanted to know the fighting that was going on in her womb, in her belly, and if she, was she really pregnant or what was going on. And she went and inquired of the Lord, and the Lord told her that two nations are in our womb, and these two nations will be separated, and one people will be stronger than the other one. The elder, the oldest baby, shall serve the younger. So this is verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, just as the Lord said. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. So the first baby was red. He came out all over red. What baby come out red today? Like, let's use common sense with this. Come on, let's get what a red baby look like. Red newborn baby. First came out red all over like a hairy garment. This is a red baby. So this is what you call a so-called white person. This was the first of its kind. Let's get the rest. And they called his name Esau. So the red baby that would be a nation. The nation would be called Esau. And after came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So yeah. Let's continue to 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So Esau was a hunter, and this would be the beginning of the nations. These two guys was two nations. Now let's just skip forward and go into the blessings. This is Genesis 27. And this is the blessing that Esau was blessed with. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So his blessing was the dew. His blessing was the sword. Esau's blessing was the sword. That was one of his main blessings, and dominion. And that it even said in his blessing that it shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, and by thy sword thou shalt live, and serve thy brother. So he even said in his blessing that he shall serve his brother, just as the Lord said to Rebekah, two nations in our room, one nation shall be stronger than the other one, and the elder shall serve the younger. So so now let's establish who is Esau Edom generation. I think it was 35. Now, this is Genesis 36 and 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. And let's get all Esau's name. Esau dwelt. Esau dwelt. Salakia. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So we know these nations' names. Esau nation. He will be his own nation, and his name is Esau, Edom, and he dwelt in Mount Seir. So let's establish, how is he the wicked? How do we come to establish that he's the wicked? This is Psalms 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahawah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver me my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So this is telling you, deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. Remember, Esau's blessing was the sword. Let's get that again. Back in Genesis 27 and 40, I believe. Yeah, 40. By thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass that thou shalt have dominion, that thou shall break his yoke from off thy neck. So it established that Esau would live by his sword. And let's get another precept to back that up. This is Malachi 1 and 3. We're going to start at verse 3 and make our way down to 4. 4 would be the point. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage to waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom say, we are impoverished, but will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, in the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Come. So this is telling you that Esau will be called the border of wickedness, and it shows you that Yahweh do hate people. The Most High does hate people. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage to waste for the dragons of the field. Remember, Esau dwelt in Mount Seir. So let's get where Esau dwelt at. Damn, Mount Seir. And if you notice, it looks like courthouses today. If you look at it closely, it look like buildings of today. Let's compare these. Wow, look at that. It looks just like buildings of today. Mount Seir. Let's go back to the book of Malachi. And let's get 4 again, where Edom say, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And if you notice today, they built these desolate places all over the world. Remember, he said that they will have dominion, so let's establish them having dominion over the world. This is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So right, the world is given into the hands of the wicked. The wicked is Esau, Edom. And it shows you, man, if you look around the world today, you see buildings like this. So they returned and they built their desolate places around the world. Just like the blessings say that they would. They would have dominion. And they built this all over the world. EU look like that. Let's get EU. Europe. Actually, England. Same thing. Look like Mount Seir. Same declarations. Kind. So yeah, it's, that's what it is. Now let's get this last part. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Who was the judges? The Israelites was the judges. If you go to the book of Judges, you see that they were the judges. So how did he cover the faces of the judges? I have a precept for that. This is Psalms 84. Isaiah 73. Salakia, spare with me. It was 83. Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against the people, against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel, remember Israel was the judges, from Israel may be no more in remembrance. So, and that makes sense because we didn't know who we were. We thought we was Africans, until this truth came out and told us who we were. And now we're starting, all over, people starting to realize we Israelites. You know how many people I told that we're Israelites, and they're like, huh? What do you mean we're Israelites? I thought the Jews was Israelites. No, we're the Israelites. Let me show you in the Bible. Come look at this. And then how many people didn't know? Everybody thought we was African, and we just seen that we're not African. African is named after a so-called white man. They named these countries after so-called Edomites. And what did they do? They cut us off from being the people. So yeah, they hit. Goes back to Job. Let's get it. 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? He's Esau Edom. He covered our faces up. We didn't know who we were as a people. If you look at all these relics around the world, it's a bunch of black faces on it, dark brown faces on it. And if you look at these new paintings, you can find evidence that they painted over these relics and put their faces on it. That's what Esau Edom does. That's what they do. They move and they cover the faces and put their faces. And it goes back to Psalms 49. What was it? Psalms 49 and 11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. That's what they do. Actually, I got a picture for this. Come on, bear with me. Back to this. Africa is named after the so-called Edomite. Cyprio Africanus, and so was America. America's Fenpucci. And it goes right back to Psalms 49. Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever in their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. I thought they was giving Mount Seir. What do? They conquer and they change the name of these places, and they, everything. If you look at all these movies, like look at all these Egyptian movies, you see a bunch of so-called Edomites in them playing the roles. But if you go and look on the paintings of the walls, you see dark faces. You don't see any, so-called. You don't see any Edomites, any red-faced people. That's what they do. But I just wanted to prove that they was wicked. That they were wicked that the Bible speak of. And I hope that this was edifying. Till the next time, I say shalom.